You know, one of the things that we do at the Spiritual Life Center, and people often ask me, what is the purpose of church? And I would say, I think to really make a difference in people's lives. I mean, if you're here, you come here and you're the same person you left as you came, why come? So one of the things we talk to do is see if we're having an effect on people's lives, and we're going to each month ask folks just to share their experience. And so this morning we have the effervescent Patty Peters. She is always upbeat, and she's going to share her story. I'm going to ask her a few questions and listen to see how this might be effective for you. So thank you, Patty, for being willing to share with us this morning. And so the first thing I want to ask, what was maybe an obstacle or challenge that you faced that kind of led you to this path?
Well, about 4 years ago, I all of a sudden, literally one day, had this overwhelming sense of fear and anxiety. It was tremendous. It was over the top, debilitating.
So how did, so when you say debilitating, how did it impact you in your life?
Well, I'm going to be vulnerable here. I was afraid of darkness in the house like a little kid. I had to have a nightlight on when I went to bed. And I didn't understand where it was coming from. And I was in such fear that I felt like I couldn't remember being happy. And I felt like I was always going to feel this way. I had no hope.
So did you go through a time where you kind of wandered in the wilderness before you had some change?
Yes, because I was so stuck that I wasn't thinking about God. I was just stuck and creating more fear by concentrating on that fear and anxiety, if that makes any sense.
So at some point it turned around. What turned it around? What happened?
Well, I'd been coming to SLC for about a year on Sundays only because of my job, etc. And I love the Sunday service. From the very first moment I met SLC and I met you, James. But I wasn't a part of SLC, and I didn't practice the principles that we just talked about a few minutes ago. And one day we had a guest speaker, Richard Burdick, some of you would know, and he was singing a song that he wrote that was basically about helping your brothers and sisters. And a congregant who I knew only on the periphery heard me on my seat sobbing out loud. I was overcome with emotion for my pain, and also I had that moment because of the song and because this man who didn't know me got up and came up and hugged me through the fact that he could hear my sobs. And that moment, he epitomized what the song that Richard Burdick was singing about. And it was at that moment that I felt God.
Yes.
I felt God in here and through the person that helped me.
So after that time, were there some practices or principles that you found very helpful to you on your journey?
Yes, the principles that we practice here. I started praying, and I said this prayer, and I'm gonna share it with you. It may sound silly, but it's one of those that worked for me. And it was, God likes me, God loves me, and God protects me. And I don't know why I had to say God likes me, but it just fit. And it made me feel good, and it made me feel peaceful when I would say it. So I started joining the small groups and getting to know people, so I felt more a part of, instead of, like I said, being on the periphery, and being a part of this community.
So what did you discover about yourself along the way?
Well, I discovered that I could get through anything with the love of God and with Spirit inside me. And I discovered that I'm not alone. Because for this man who didn't know me to reach out to me in this manner was just overwhelming. And I do believe that people are inherently good.
So how would you say you are as a person today?
Well, I'm living my best life. I'm open to new challenges and new opportunities that we offer here and other places throughout. And I hope that my family and friends see a difference in me, because I don't dwell in negativity anymore. I have negative thoughts, and I've had challenges, and I've had some depression, of course, and anxiety since then. But I can work through them without having to go to the depths that I had to at that time. So I love my life right now, and I thank all of you for being a part of it and uplifting me.
Thank you so much, Patty. Yeah, what an inspiration. Thank you. Give me a hug.
Spiritual Life Center, transforming lives as we love, serve, and remember who we are.
One heart.